I don't know about you, but this has been my most anticipated review for 2024, the HP Omen Transcend 14 versus the Asus Republic of Gamers Zephyrus G14. Now, both of these laptops have the RTX 4070, so they're going to be neck and neck. Now, the pricing is a little bit different, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But overall, from a build quality standpoint to the compact form factor to the performance, these two are super close, but there's a few things that set them apart and a few reasons why I would choose the G14 over the Omen or the Omen over the G14, and I can't wait to cover all of that in this video. Now, first and foremost, I love to kick things off by checking out the build quality, usability, and then moving into the performance section later in the video. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat with these two laptops is they're both very nice aluminum laptops. As you can see from the top camera, the form factor on the G14 is a little bit less as far as the width is concerned, but the height is very similar. We're gonna have a little bit higher laptop with the HP Omen. It's gonna be a little bit thicker. And as far as the weight is concerned, it feels a little bit on the heavier side. They've been able to create a little bit lighter of a laptop with the G14. Now, going ahead and taking a look at the bottom cover. Now, you have a vent here, but the fans are the only places where the vent is actually poking through. Same thing with the G14. However, we have a thermal chamber on the HP Omen and 2 fans where we have heat pipes and 3 fans on the G14. I'm gonna put some B-roll up so you can see both of the interiors of the laptops and how the thermal management and fans are laid out. Now, once we talk about that, we got to look at the upgrade path. When it comes to these laptops, we're not going to have upgradable RAM. You're going to be able to upgrade your drive. There's an M.2 drive available on both the G14 and the HP Omen. However, RAM is not upgradable. There's an easily accessible Wi-Fi card on the G14, not as easily accessible on the HP Omen. I would say, as far as the assembly is concerned, as far as the way the laptop is put together, I prefer the HP Omen. I think it has a really nice rounded edges. The bottom cover fits nice and snug into the side panels. I just think it's a very nice design. They really minimized the gamer aspect on the G14, but it still has a little bit more going on. You can see we have a vent here, the vent here, and then we have a vent that pushes out the back rather than up to the screen like it used to on the previous G14. So as far as comparing to the 2023, it's definitely slimmed out, but between these two, I prefer the HP Omen. Now, as you can see, we do have speakers on both bottom covers, but on the top cover of the laptop for the G14, we have some upward facing speakers. On the HP Omen, you will not see any upward facing speakers, but let's do a quick audio sample to test to see which one you like more. Personally, the G14 really shines out, has a fantastic audio experience. Here's a sample for you. Now, looking at these two laptops, they do both have webcams along the top bezel. Here's a sample of those so you can check them out for yourself. This is the webcam on the HP Omen Transcend 14 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. This is the webcam on the Asus Republic of Gamers Zephyrus G14 from 2024 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. What about the ports? Which laptop has better ports? Let's talk about it. Taking a look at the ports on the HP Omen versus the Zephyrus G14, we have 2 USB Type A's, 2 USB Type C's, a micro SD card reader, HDMI, headphone jack, and then the new power adapter for the Asus Zephyrus G14. Now, compared to the HP Omen, we have USB Type C on the side panel, on the back panel, and then we have 2 USB Type A's on the right side, HDMI, and then our headphone jack. We have a bit more connectivity on the G14. If I was going to choose one based on ports, I'd go with the G14. Before we get too carried away, let's take a look at the models that are available for each of these laptops and the price points for each as well. All right, let's take a look at the options we have between these two laptops. Looking at the G14, you can see we have an RTX 4060 and a 4070 version. Compared to the HP Omen, we have an RTX 4060 and we have an RTX 4070. Now keep in mind, for the Omen, you're going to have a different CPU for the lower SKUs, for the 4050 and the 4060, and you're going to have the Ultra 9 for the 4070. Whereas with the Republic of Gamers Zephyrus G14, you're going to have the same processor across all 3 of these SKUs. Now, this is for the US specifically. If you're in another country, it might differ. Let's go ahead and take a look at pricing. We're going to be at $15.99 for the retail price at bestbuy.com for the RTX 4060. Compare that to the RTX 4060 version of the HP Omen. It's going to be $16.99, so about $100 more. Taking a look at the RTX 4070 version of the Zephyrus G14, $19.99. RTX 4070 version of the HP Omen, $19.99. So the price is exactly the same for the 4070, but slightly differs for the 4060. Now keep in mind, you can order this on HP's website directly and customize it yourself, different hard drive sizes and stuff like that. Keep in mind, though, there is an upgrade path on both of these laptops for the hard drive post-purchase, but sometimes it's easier just to get it from the factory with the drive that you want. Remember, links are in the description if you want to check the exact live pricing. Sometimes these laptops go on sale, and those links will be in the description below. If you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. I'm going to go ahead and open and close the lids with one hand. You can see they both open and close easily. But one concern that continues to arise with the lid is less of the screen flex and more of the screen bounce lately. And let's go ahead and see which one is bouncier. They're both pretty bouncy. Okay, do a little screen flex test for you though, just so you can see what that's like. Pretty rigid screen on the Omen, but you can see it's very bouncy. And about the same for the G14. Now, let's go ahead and pretend like we're typing, or maybe we're on like a bus or an airplane or in the back of a taxi or Uber, and we're trying to get a little bit of work done. So I'm shaking the desk a little bit. You can see just from the desk shake, the G14 looks like it wants to shake a little bit more. So as far as the stiffer screen is concerned, from my observation, I would say that the less bouncy screen is going to be on the HP Omen. Now, taking a look at the interior of both of these laptops, they both have really great keyboard decks, full-size shift keys. I personally like this kind of group clustered because it creates a more compact, organized cluster of keys rather than having some keys up top here, the keys with a little separation down here. It just looks more organized. However, these volume buttons are very easy to identify, and usually when I'm using my laptop, I'm always like trying to hunt for the volume button. It's nice that Asus has like set these apart, and you can just go ahead and use those and you can quickly access them, no big deal. Now, what do they like to type on? I like the HP Omen as far as the typing experience is concerned. They're both quiet. It just feels a little bit softer. The spacing on the keys is actually less because the keys are almost touching, where you have some spacing between the keys on the Zephyrus G14. So if you're somebody who likes some keycap spacing, the G14 is going to be for you. However, I don't really care about keycap spacing. I like how they're kind of tucked together really nice and consolidated. It's more of my preference. So you have really each choice here, which is nice. Now looking at the trackpad, you can see the slightly bigger trackpad is going to go to the G14. Goes all the way up to the keyboard and the edge of the chassis, whereas the Omen is a little bit more spacious around it. So that's also a preference thing. They're both quiet to the click. Here's a sample of me using both the keyboard and trackpad so you can hear what they sound like for your preferences. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the backlighting because there's a big difference between these two laptops. Now, if we are looking at these two laptops and choosing a keyboard based on backlighting, I highly prefer the HP Omen. It is so much cleaner. The color comes through a lot more even compared to the G14. The G14's a little bit on the splotchy side depending on where you're viewing the keycap. Here at the end key, page up, page down, even over here at the control function, shift key, it's just not as consistent. And for me, the backlighting is a little bit too harsh coming through the white keycaps. I like it feels a little bit more diffused, a little bit softer on the eyes coming through around the keys on the HP Omen. So I would say I would go for the Omen keyboard based on the backlighting. All right, now as we go ahead and spin these laptops open, the displays are very nice. You can see they both open to about 145-degree angle. They don't open any further. And I really want to dive into these displays. Taking a look at the G14 versus the HP Omen. On the G14, we have a 3K Nebula HDR display that reaches 120 hertz refresh rate, 479 nits of screen brightness. That's the average screen brightness. That's not Asus's top peak screen brightness. 100% sRGB, 97% Adobe RGB, and 100% DCI-P3 at a delta E of 1.25. Now compare that to HP Omen with a 2880 by 1800, which is about a 2K display, and we have a 120 hertz refresh rate. And we have 487 nits of screen brightness at 100% sRGB, 98% Adobe RGB, and 99% DCI-P3, all at a delta E of 0.87. So you're going to get a slightly sharper resolution out of the Zephyrus G14. However, you're going to get a better delta E color accuracy out of the HP Omen. But honestly, these are two fantastic displays. You really can't go wrong with either of them. Now, one thing I want to mention before jumping into the performance section is the power buttons. There is no fingerprint reader on either the G14 or the HP Omen. So keep in mind, you're not going to have any advantage there. Now, they do have the Windows Hello that you can set up for the facial identification. So that's a way to log in fast, but there's no fingerprint reader. Battery life is one area that is very important for an on-the-go compact laptop like an HP Omen or an Asus Zephyrus G14. G14 still stands out as one of the most efficient laptops heading into 2024. We're getting about 12 hours of battery life for PassMark productivity, 10 hours for streaming video playback, about 7 hours for Photoshop, and about 4 hours for video editing. The HP Omen is somewhat close at 10 hours and 29 minutes for PassMark productivity, 10 hours and 56 minutes for streaming video playback, about 7 hours for Photoshop, and 3 hours and 44 minutes for video editing. So if you're looking for that little bit of extra battery life, you're going to go for the G14. Now keep in mind, this was all run at Windows battery saver mode turned on, 20% screen brightness, quiet mode, iGPU, so the dedicated GPU is turned off, and that's how we're going to get the battery life results that you just saw. We're going to get into the performance section now, and then I'm going to give my concluding thoughts on which one I would personally consider and for what reasons. Now, taking a look at the simulated benchmarks you can see in Geekbench single core and multi-core, as well as Cinebench 2024, they bounce around a little bit. There's really no consistency on which one seems to be the better performer on the tests. So let's go ahead and get into the real world benchmarks where we can get a little bit more concrete answers on which laptop performs better. Now, taking a look at Photoshop, you can see that the Zephyrus G14 is taking the lead over the HP Omen by about 400 points. So not a huge advantage since we've updated to the latest Puget Systems benchmark. 400 points is more like what used to be about 40 points because the results used to be in the hundreds. Now they're in the thousands. So honestly, those are neck and neck right there. Performance is very similar. Taking a look at Autodesk 3ds Max, however, you can see that the G14 is at a 248 versus the HP Omen sitting at a 202. That is quite a bit of a difference in this benchmark. Now looking at Autodesk Maya, you can see that the G14 is sitting at 335 versus the HP Omen at 274. So again, quite a bit of a difference there. The GPU performance and the combination with the CPU seems to be a better fit for performance with the G14 than the Intel Core Ultra 9 is with the RTX 4070. Now moving down the line, we're looking at the G14 at 255 and the HP Omen at 207. So about the same spread. Now the last thing to look at is SOLIDWORKS. G14 is at 116. The HP Omen is at 98. So that's probably the closest spread between all of them. I would say so far, if you're going to be using programs that they need a lot of GPU performance, even though they're the same GPU, so far the G14 is going to be the better contender for you. Now moving down the line, let's go ahead and take a look at video editing. You can see here in Premiere Pro the 4K export. For the HP Omen, we had 2 minutes and 31 seconds. For the G14, 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I would count those as neck and neck a wash in my opinion. Now, as you move on to 6K, this is where things start to split a lot more. For the G14, we saw 15 minutes and 19 seconds versus the HP Omen's 19 minutes and 24 seconds. So you can save about 4 minutes on the export time. Now these are both the 4K and the 6K tests are 9-minute clips placed into Premiere Pro and then exported out at full quality settings. So you're definitely gonna have an advantage if you're moving to more resolution, 6K, while you're editing in say something like Premiere Pro. Now looking at the drop frames, you have 85 drop frames for B-RAW and 1,936 for red footage. Looking at the G14, we have 43 drop frames for B-RAW, 1,136 for red footage. I would consider those to be neck and neck as far as the playback is concerned while you're editing in the timeline of Premiere Pro. So not a huge difference there, but export time and GPU performance for 3D modeling, definitely a substantial difference. So keep that in mind when you're considering between these two laptops. You're actually gonna get more out of the components by choosing the G14. Okay, which one would I personally choose? This is something that I saved for the end. So if you weren't gonna watch till the end of the video and you're looking at the timestamps, this is a spot you wanna look at, okay? When I go ahead and I press between the keyboard and the trackpad, I actually activate the click on the trackpad. It's very squishy here in the center, okay? So there's a lot of keyboard deck push on the HP Omen, okay? When I go ahead and I push down on the CNC aluminum chassis for the G14, it is much stiffer. I don't activate the click here by pushing between or basically on the top edge of the G14's keyboard deck. That for me was a big indicator of build quality and just the assembly. Now, with that in mind, I really like the keyboard. I like how the hinge is set on top here. It's a little bit sturdier. It doesn't wobble as much. I like that a lot. I do like the trackpad a lot. It is a tiny bit louder, but I like how it's rounded and it has a little spacing around it. It's a little easier to use. I'm not like edging up to the edge of the keyboard deck. And of course, I love the backlighting. I mean, backlighting is absolutely beautiful on the HP Omen. It just stands out. Now, I like that there's not a slash. It's a very much more professional look compared to the slash, which you could turn off. But even when you turn it off, there's still this slash through your laptop. And I like the simplicity of ports. However, one thing that really stands out to me on the G14 is the micro SD card reader. I can easily expand my storage with the laptop in the micro SD card reader. And I can bring in an extra 512 or 1 terabyte without having to pull the bottom cover off and upgrade, and it can deal with me. It's very nice. Now, in regards to the display, you're gonna have a higher resolution for the Asus Zephyrus G14. However, you're gonna have more color accuracy on the HP Omen. So if you're looking for slightly more color accuracy, I would go for the HP Omen. But the performance victory is definitely going to go to the G14. It's far more optimized. It gives much better performance, especially in 3D modeling and higher resolution video editing. This would be the one that I would personally choose. Now, one thing that does frustrate me about the black version of the HP Omen is all the fingerprints. So personally, I would buy the white one when it becomes available. I have yet to see it available on Best Buy, but I'll link it up if it is currently available. Remember, links in the description below if you want to check the live pricing or make a purchase. So punch for punch, if I was looking for the chassis that I wanted to carry in the day-to-day and I didn't need as much performance, as in I didn't need to get all the juice squeezed out of the RTX 4070, I would personally choose the HP Omen. However, when it comes to battery life, performance, build quality, the speakers, the top press on the keyboard deck, the G14 is a clear winner. So punch for punch, I would say the G14 edges out the HP Omen by a little bit in my book. Let me know, what do you think? Which one would you buy? I'm so curious. This is like the biggest battle royale of the year for me, and so I'm curious your thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next video.